Hello beautiful ladies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jamila Daura. Thank you for clicking to watch this video. If you are new, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, hi. In today's video I am going to be sharing something with you, something very special. It's taking forever for me to film this video. That is because of all the work that I have been doing, and as well as the few people that have been helping me make this dream come true and make sure this is a success. Today I am officially introducing my Quran reflections journal to you ladies, to my community. I wanted this video to be out before the actual launch date. I don't know, my plan is for this video for the journal to be launched on 11th of February, but as it is right now, with all the work I have been putting in, I'm not sure if that is going to be possible. However, if it is, you ladies are going to know, or anyone watching, you're going to know. I've never had to do a video where it's so obvious that I am anxious. However, if this is something that you're interested in watching to find out more about my reflections journal, my Quran reflections journal, and the details and everything about it, subscribe to my channel and let's get right into it. I am anxious. The weather is not hot, but I am hot. I am feeling hot because of how anxious I am. Backstory. There is a backstory to why this journal came to be, and that is because of how much of an addict I am when it comes to collecting journals, collecting writing pads. Like, I am such an addict for these things, and this is what I collect every time. Anytime I go out, I'm always picking something because I am a very traditional person. Everything about me is very traditional roles, traditional methods of doing things, traditional way of living. Part of it is the way I was raised. I was raised in a very traditional home, so everything of ours is very traditional. Yes, technology have come. There are more ways for you to take notes, to write things down. I still find myself to always going back to looking for a pad and a pen just to write something down, because for me it is more effective for me as a learning process. Whatever it is that I have taken out of my mind and written down is committed to my mind. That is how I function. So many a times, even when I was in school, whether primary, secondary, university, if you are my friend at any point in this stage, you would agree with me that I would hardly ever speak a word in my classroom or in my class, no matter how much, even if I know any questions or know the answer to questions, I will hardly ever speak or contribute to talking. That is because I am such a sponge. I just want to hear, I just want to absorb, and I just want to keep writing down everything, because as I'm absorbing, I am writing it down and it is staying committed to my mind, staying committed to my brain, or that compartment that stores information. And that is the kind of person that I am. Over the last few years, I have been reflecting a lot. It used to be just lifestyle reflections, my personal habits, trying to improve myself. I have been very intentional about my journey, my self-awareness journey. And I felt like once I got married and I had kids, one of the part of myself that almost got lost was my spiritual self. And it has nothing to do with where I am or anything. It just had to do with raising kids, birthing them, raising them, and everything in between. Nobody ever talks about how difficult and the likelihood of you to lose a part of you spiritually, things that you used to be able to do without any form of interruptions, but when you become a parent, you lack sleep deprivation, the tahajjud, the qiyam, everything, the recitation that we used to be able to do effortlessly, the memory loss that, they call it mommy brains, all those things accumulate and they kind of take a toll on that spiritual aspect of you. And this is something that I personally suffered. And I remember one day I was talking to my friend. I was like, look, whatever it is that I'm doing, the only thing I really want to do is go back to my creator. Not in a literal term of dying, but I just felt like something was missing. There was just this relationship that I had with Allah that was missing. Yes, I wasn't I was still praying, I was still reciting my Quran as much as I could, but there was this consistency, there was this commitment that was missing. I mean, if you are a mom abroad, you know how difficult it is. You do not have extra help. The extra hands that you have is also competing, also has its own competing needs, and that is your husband. You know, he's working, he's providing for the family, and there is almost very little that he can do to just make the whole thing, you know, you're just balancing it. You're bringing your 100, he's bringing his 100. Sometimes his 100 is not 100, sometimes your 100 is not 100. And at the end of the day, this kind of affects us significantly, and nobody ever talks about it. I don't know if it's out of shame or guilt or lack of acceptance that there is actually a problem. But anyways, once I started my journey on that reflection, and I consciously took the step to go back to my creator, to be able to reestablish that love, that commitment that I used to have prior to marriage. Now that the kids are growing, they are very much independent to an extent. That extra time that I started to have in the last 2-3 years, I started going back to my creator. I started reflecting, establishing time where I can consciously sit down, dedicated to my ibadah. And if you're a non-Muslim watching this, ibadah means worship. And that was it. And that was how, that was what kind of birthed this. One of the significant thing that happened that made me decide to come up with a reflections journal, a Quran reflections journal, was because I had a journal that I was using and I was reflecting. I was doing all of my writing, my learning, and all that on it. And one day I realized that it had all these, what is it called? Horoscope. And horoscope is haram in Islam. And I never paid attention to that. And this is to tell you that I'm only just collecting. Once I see a book or a journal, I pick it up. I wasn't paying attention to the details. And the day I realized that, I was so bummed, and I took out the page, the cover of the book. And when I did that, I threw it away. But what I did not do was to commit to my mind what I used to cover this. So I was decluttering my shelf, and I took that whole journal that I had did a lot of reflections on, because there was no marking on it, there was no longer identity on it, and I threw it away. I came back and I wanted to study, and I was looking for it. I looked for it so much that I discovered, I had thrown it away. I felt bad that I had lost something so significant, because, oh my goodness, I had covered a whole lot of work. But again, I did not let that discourage me. So I went to my stash, my journal stash, and I looked for what next I could use to continue my journaling. And I had these identical journals. Yeah, it says she believed she could, and she did. And I just took one of it and I started journaling again on it. And this happened in, let me see if I can, because I also date my journals. This happened in November. So I just continued. If you can see here, it says continue. I just continued and, just started writing all over again. The things I could remember, I put it back. But this actually happened on the 11th of November. But as I was working, I had previously been working on a beauty journal that I wanted to launch. Then it just occurred to me to also, what happened with my journal, my spiritual journal, was something I didn't want a repeat of itself. So I designed a PDF journal for myself, for my use alone. However, when I came sometime in December, I wanted to start making plans on how I can launch my journal. Then, I now came upon my Quran reflections, and that was when I knew that, okay, this is actually what I wanted to launch, and not the beauty journal at first. That beauty journal is coming, but this one was so dear to me that the Quran reflections was the one that spoke to me. I was so confident that this is the best thing for you to actually put out there. As a creative myself, as someone that is a creative, I do a lot of writings, I do a lot of poetry, I do a lot of poems, I do a lot of just fictional stories here and there. But I'm afraid some of those things will never get seen. But I am 100% sure I want this to get seen, to get known by the world. Let us get into details on what is here. By the way, to get a journal out there, you think it's just a notebook and you just have to just put things together and it work and you can go. We made over 40 iterations of this journal. These are evidences of the many times we would print out, the Mr. and I would print out, we would write, and this is like just few days ago. God, you must have also watched a vlog where I was going through it with Amazon, because this is going to be available for sale both in Nigeria and in Amazon. Nigeria one, printing and everything is going smoothly, and yeah, but the US, oh my goodness, I went through a lot of iterations. At some point I changed the entire design, the sizing, the page counts, and alhamdulillah, we are finally here. And this is what it looked like. I can't go into details on how I came about the design. However, I wanted it to be black and off-white. This is off-white design, and because the inside is going to have details of gold. And when you open it, the first page that comes would be, this journal belongs to you. Like, just write your name. This journal belongs to whoever that is going to be for. And the next page is the page of a verse that brought me out of darkness at a time where I was slipping into one. And that kind of also was like, I was looking for answers. As Muslims, you can't worship Allah if you don't know him. And the only way you can know him is to find out about him. And the only way you can find about him is through the Quran, through the hadiths of our Prophet, the things that he's told us to do, told us not to do, why we exist as human beings, and all those things. And sometimes, we kind of want to question God for things that happen to us in our lives, but we hold back, and there is that restraint. And this was the verse that brought me out of that restraint. So I decided to put this here because I feel like I was convinced that this was what truly brought comfort to me at a time that I need. And is a verse in Surah Al-Arad, Ayah 28, where it says, those who believe and those whose hearts find comfort in the remembrance of Allah, surely in the remembrance of Allah do hearts find comfort. And I remember going through that downtime, that difficult time, and this I went online, I was searching what happens to one if this happens to one, how does Allah reward this person if something like this happens to you. And I was looking for solace, I was looking for closure, I was looking for something that would tell me that, you know what, this is not a punishment, you've not done anything wrong to deserve this, and it is just your own test, and it is just a test that you're hoping to win and all that and come out of it. And of course, I saw this and I started finding comfort, and I felt anybody that reads this, I pray that you are able to embark on a journey of learning, a journey of exposure, a journey of light, and that is what the journey of learning the Quran reveals. This journal is deliberately made to be non-preemptive, so I don't want to tell you what to do. I want you to go on that journey, that discovery journey on your own. There are many journals out there, Quran journals, that we put verses for you that will just put you in one particular place of learning, but I want you to go everywhere for learning. You'll be listening to tafsirs, you'll be doing halaqah in groups, you will be doing self-led learning. Like, self-led learning is me using my this is a self-led learning process, taking hadiths and learning, and you come upon something that you want to commit to and you want to remember forever, and you just don't want to forget and let go. You have a place to write it. I don't want to there are many beautiful ayahs in the Quran. I don't want to start putting ayahs here and that is the only thing you get to know. I want you to be able to go out there and actively seek for this knowledge, independently seek for this knowledge. lead yourself, basically, is what I'm saying. Time yourself, pace yourself, go on this journey on your own. We have a lot of scholars out there, a lot of information that is coming, getting passed to us, and you can't put everything all at once. You want a place to be able to write it, and you just can't be writing it anywhere. So that is what this is for. It is self-led learning, stationery, and you are going to explore on your own. So the first page here is called spiritual priority. It's a 7 days based learning, self-learning routine. So, but before you get started, you're going to get a page that asks you for spiritual priority and what you want to memorize. So a spiritual priority is for you to note down something. Maybe this week you want to do your Monday, Thursday fasting. Maybe this week you want to do 1,000 istighfar. Whatever it is you want to do, you are able to note it down and always come back to it, or even access yourself through it. And then to memorize, you found a new dua, you found an ayah, you heard about an ayah that has so much meaning and so much so much meaning, and you want to hold on to it. You put it down at the memorize section. Then the main deal is the page where you actually carry out the reflections. It has the date, it has a pane, about 1, 2, 3, 4 panes. A pane is section where you are able to impute something into. That is a technical term. But anyways, the date pane allows you to put your date. Your date is going to always remind you. If you stay 1 month without doing anything, that means you are going far off your this thing, so it brings you back. And you come back and you see that when was the last time I actually did something, and you discover that you haven't done anything in months or in weeks. That happened to me when I was doing this journal for more than 2 weeks or 3 weeks that we were finalizing details. I could only recite. I couldn't sit down to journal. I couldn't sit down to reflect. I couldn't sit down to do anything. And yeah, I opened my journal and I saw that the last time I did anything was in December. I was like, subhanallah. So I actually did a bit of reflections today. And you have the chapter section, the chapter pane. The chapter pane is for you to be able to record your progress. What Surah Al-Fatiha, Surah Al-Baqarah, Surah Al-Nas, Surah Al-Falaq, Surah Al-Kahf, whatever surah that you are reading, Imran, whatever surah that you are on and reflecting upon, you can note it down here, and you can actually add verses as well to it. Then I have a little pane at the bottom that says notes, for extra notes, and there are areas between the date and the chapter that also allows for you to just maybe scribble something down there or on that side. And that is how you continue your reflection. You go through Monday, you go through Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you come back to another weekly spiritual priority and memorization. So that is what goes on the inside. It is going to be available in Nigeria for 6,500 naira. We are currently working out locations, and my goal is for it to be available for pickup in Lagos, in Kano, and in Abuja, physical locations. However, we are able to ship out anywhere in Nigeria to you. And in the US, it is available only on Amazon. Unfortunately, the price point between Nigeria and US are very far off when you look at it. But I just want to be transparent and to let you know that the prices on the US on the Amazon website is not a direct reflection of how much I am making on it. No, because Amazon will be taking responsibility for printing, shipping, logistics, and all that. They make more than I will be making out of this. Whatever it is, let me just say that I'll be making $4 out of it, and when you convert that $4, that is almost 6,500 naira in Nigeria, or just that. So that is the transparency I'd like to put out there, just so you know, if you are going to buy this off of Amazon, you are paying a premium, and that premium is not for me. It is for Amazon, for them taking the responsibility of printing and doing everything on my behalf. It is also going to be this is the paperback that I could get before this video was filmed. However, it is going to be available paperback and hardcover on Amazon only. Paperback is only available in the US, and this is also to be able to make it affordable, because the hardcover is about $38.80 something cents and the paperback is $17.87 if I'm not mistaken. And the one in Nigeria is absolutely hardcover, is totally hardcover. It is not there is no paperback in Nigeria, and this is just to maintain a certain quality of the book itself. So it is a total of 210 pages. At the end of the page, it's going to give you details of what it is. 3 front cover pages, and those are 1, 2, sorry about that, 1, 2, 3 front cover pages and 2 back cover pages, and these are the back cover pages where you get the detail, and also alhamdulillah, when you conclude the use of one whole book. So this is all I have to say about the Quran journal. I will be putting a date of availability. I am sure by the time this video goes up, it will be like maybe 2 days, 3 days, no longer than a week before it will be available for purchase. Please share these. This is going to be like a perfect Ramadan gift for the people that you love. If you're a Christian and you're thinking of what to gift your Muslim friends, this is a perfect gift that you can give to them. This is also a perfect gift for a revert that will be doing a lot of learnings. And it doesn't matter where you are, as Muslims we are encouraged to continue learning. And the one resource that I actually use for my reflections a lot is my Ibn Kathir. This is perfect. Tafsir is the perfect tafsir book for me that I have been using for my reflections. It comes in 10 volumes and it just helps you to learn. And the moment you start learning about Allah in a different way, you begin to get a different outlook of life and of yourself. So follow me on Ado Lifestyle Instagram page and Your Body Pamper Place Instagram page for more live information on when this is actually going to be available. As well, I'm going to put it on my YouTube community on when it becomes live to order. I have another announcement to make. In the spirit of hosting my safe space, I am bringing my first ever safe space for 50 women. This is a paid safe space that I will be hosting in the preparation of Ramadan. It is called Iman Field Ramadan, and this is going to be like a weekly halaqah section for sessions for women that will sign up, and every proceed that comes out of this is going towards the Daura Women and Children's Foundation, my foundation that I will be providing daily meals to the General Hospital in Daura. We've been able to do this in the last few years. However, with the situation of things, I want to be able to provide daily meals to this hospital every day. Prior to this time, I used to be able to provide weekly meals, and but economy is not so good and encouraging in Nigeria, and I just don't even know how people are going to be surviving this Ramadan, but Allah is the one that provides sustenance. However, I also believe that with the little that we all can do collectively, we can make Ramadan easier and better for people. The safe space is going to commence a week before Ramadan, inshallah. It is for a fee of 7,000 naira if you're in Nigeria and $5 if you're in the US. All you need to do is send me a DM and I will sign you up. Other perks that comes with it is going to be a menu, a Quran chart for you to be able to read your Quran, a Quran reading plan, a meal plan, and weekly halaqah sections. These are the benefits for you to participate in this safe space come Ramadan, inshallah. We are going to be having weekly sessions every week in the month of Ramadan. This was inspired by a group of women that came together to provide halaqah sessions for our children last year, and I felt like, oh, I missed out a lot on. I missed the opportunity to be able to do something like that. I felt like it's going to be beneficial to adults to be able to have something to themselves. So I am opening this up for just 50 women, no more than 50 women, to be able to control, to be able to keep it cute and simple and sustainable. So please, I am counting on you all. This is going to be my first ever safe space to host, and I am looking forward to it. Looking forward, inshallah. All the details will be available upon the posting of this video. God, I am so anxious. Like, I can't believe I'm finally doing things like this on this social media space. I don't know why I am whispering, but however, I hope you guys get it. It is 7,000 naira to be a member of this safe space for Ramadan, inshallah, and $5 if you are in the US. And yeah, so this is it, and that concludes this video. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a DM, shoot me an email, info@jamiladaura.com. And yeah, I'm going to also conclude how to order these in Nigeria if you are not in Kano, Lagos, or Abuja to physically pick it up yourself. I'm going to conclude that information. However, if that does not come up before then, just shoot a DM to order through either Ado Lifestyle, Your Body Pamper Place, or info@jamiladaura.com. You can shoot your questions, inquiries, and inshallah, have you ladies in my safe space, and let's build this wholesome lifestyle thing together. And I hope you have enjoyed this video. Subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and see you in my next video. Bye and stay blessed.